where we're going to do the best we can. If any of you would like to come over and get some food, okay? So that would be, we already have our inside of our event. So essentially we're going to start the event, otherwise we're never going to be able to go through. Right? Because we don't know how things are going to happen and play out at the 4 or 5. So the first workshop that we're going to have is from Dan. Okay, Dan is going to be talking to us about how AI for communities and businesses, how they're building the skills, reducing risk, and creating opportunity. So essentially, as we eat, this is much more closer than we want to. That's how it is. We do the best we can today. As the other vendors show up and people show up, we'll continue the AI workshop. So every half an hour, we'll have a workshop. In between, we have about 15 minutes of talking and networking. We'll have a performance. We have an Indian performance school that's going to come over and do some performance. Then we're going to have speed dating, meaning that you're going to have the chance to talk with each of the presenters today, and much more and closer opportunity to ask questions. We're going to rotate every 7 minutes or so. It's mostly about you guys and very clear any questions you may have, and that way allows you to know more about how you questions and answers in each of the particular type of topics that we have today. So I'm going to continue repeating myself as we go, all right? And you're welcome to keep eating, okay? This is all for us as we're able to be today, all right? So, again, right on.
Hello everyone, my name is Dan Velando. I'm the CEO and founder of dvaDataStorage. We're located in Mount Vernon, and I've been a partner with the Center for 40 Mile University. I'm also the CTO for BizDiversity. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions first. How many of you are small business owners? Okay, and how many of you have AI effectively implemented into your business? Okay, that's fine. You have that?
Okay, Anthony. Sorry. Okay, buddy.
I'm going to be talking about 3 topics today. The first one is AI, what it does, and where do you use it. I'm going to use a couple slides to show and explain AI, because we have another presenter who's going to be talking, giving you a demo of how AI actually works in the environment. The second topic I'll talk about is what kind of AI training you use for your business. In addition to AI training, I'll be talking about other training programs we have, cybersecurity, governance, and then executive workshops. I'll talk a little bit about those. And the last topic I'll talk about is the BizDiversity engagement platform. This is not a social media platform. It is a platform that allows you to take your knowledge with AI and the training that you've taken and implement it into the platform so you can communicate with other generations in also multiple languages. I'll be talking about that, showing you exactly how that works. Okay, so the first topic I'll be talking about is AI. So basically AI is it refers to a computer system that actually makes a computer system think and act like a human. So where AI actually gets its information, you can get that information from large data that it collects. It can be from documents, it can be from email, images, videos, customer interaction, and also spreadsheets. What AI does with that data, it looks at it and identifies a pattern or relationship with that data. And that process is called machine learning. So what we're trying to do now is educate AI on where these documents are and how to be analyzed. In that point, AI uses a mathematical model, which is algorithms and also neural networks And that actually takes the information and processes that information to AI. Now, the neural network is what is actually used to identify the method of how that's going to be translated as it comes up to the end user. And then the last part is taking that knowledge, and once you've trained AI, it's an ongoing process. The more you input into AI, the more information it'll come back and give you the results you need. You can answer questions, you can analyze your document, you can actually detect fraud, and actually also create new content. Now, this is what the benefits are to AI. The AI actually will save you time, will save you money, and it helps you become competitive. So you can compete not only with small and other businesses, but even in larger business. The disadvantage we have as small business owners is we don't have the resources that larger companies do. So AI will help you become more competitive in that environment. I use AI just about everywhere, and I'll show you that on the next screen, which actually helps my business grow. So right now, these are all the areas that you can have AI help your business. I use AI heavily in my marketing and sales campaigns. So every time I'm trying to do a marketing campaign, a flyer, that's all done in AI. The slides that you see me showing, I've done all this in AI. And I've also created my workshops, all the slides, the graphics, the wording. I use that and modify in order to meet the outcome that I want. Sales and marketing. AI is a good sales tool. I use AI to not only use it on my sales platform, but I also use it as my lead generation. This is a good tool for lead generation. So if you're looking for a specific company and you want to find who the C-level executives are in a company, you want to know their name, you want to know their email address, AI can give you all that information when you enter that into AI. You can see all the other functions of AI and how it's working with small, medium-sized business. Any questions so far on what you're seeing? Okay. Once you have a good grasp of AI, the next thing we want to find out is what kind of classes or what kind of training do I need to become efficient in AI? And what I'll show you is the courses that I've developed to help not only the employees but the executives to understand AI and where AI can be used. If you take a look at the two charts side by side, this is what happens for customers who don't use AI. And if you look at the left side, I would actually take that third one and move it up to the top. You should have some guidelines and guardrails when it comes to using AI. Let me give you an example. I'm working with a client down in Tacoma, and the manager has 15 people in IT in his department. They merged with a company in Boston, and they also have their own IT department. And then they had a third merger with a company in Florida, and they had their own IT division. So a lot of these people are not only working in different offices, but they're also working from home. So try to imagine using AI with all the employees and not having any guardrail in place. The guardrail is what will keep AI consistent with everyone, to where everyone is using AI and knowing how to use it and what guardrails to use. And you can see that without training, you can enter wrong information. If everybody's using AI to their own advantage, you have no consistent platform using AI. And then you can see the inaccurate inputs and some of the problems it can actually produce if you don't use AI correctly. On the right-hand side, same thing with training. And again, I would move that third one up to the very top. Once you have your guardrails and governance in place, you now have a safe business to use AI. And then you have a better output when it comes to reducing your risk, you get better results, and that's actually becomes safer to use AI if you have some training. How many of you have had or gone through some AI training in your business? Okay, not too many? Good. Okay. Okay, this is what happens when you go through AI training. And what I've done is I've created training courses for just about every person in the company. Now, the first place I would start, if you're new to this AI and you're trying to get adjusted to AI, I would go for the self-paced courses. You can put a self-paced course on your own time. These are 45 to 60-minute courses. They're all video-based training, and then at the very end you have a test. We do offer AI certification, which is a generative AI certification. To get certified in AI, you have to take 3 AI courses and take 3 exams and pass all the exams with 80% of merit. And once you become certified, you will get a generative AI certification. Now, in addition to the self-paced courses, we offer not only the 40 to 60-minute videos, but we also have what they call micro training. And these are smaller training courses. They can be anywhere from a minute to 2 minutes long. And then you have a 4-question quiz at the very end. The purpose of the micro training is to help reinforce specific topics that you had learned also in the self-paced course. And I also created an online training, or on-site training, which means that I can come out to your site and train a group of people. I'd like to have at least a minimum of maybe 10 people in an on-site workshop. These workshops are an hour long, and in the workshop we go through identifying some of the problems that you have when it comes to AI or cybersecurity. So the 3 courses that I have in the workshop is AI, cybersecurity, and then the governance workshop. And then I recently created a course for executives. Now the 3 courses that you see in the executive programs is a AI executive roundtable. The roundtable is an hour-long workshop where we take executives from different companies. That's anywhere from 10 to 15 executives from 10 to 15 different companies. And the purpose of this AI executive roundtable is to identify the challenges and the problems that they're having with their business. This is a strategic alignment to try to align where the company's at, and I'm the facilitator for these programs with the executives. And we go through this program to identify the challenges and then identify a strategy on how to proceed on this course. And the same 10 to 15 people will go on to the next workshop, which is AI risk, security, and governance. This is where they actually build the guardrails. The guardrails that I was talking about earlier in the last slides. So in this course, this is a 3-hour program where the executives identify and they take the information that they learned from the roundtable, and then we add on the additional measures that they have in order to develop a guardrail program for their business. And then the last program we have is even going a little bit further. This is a 6-hour program. So in the 6-hour program, now this involves the people and the processes with your company. So you identify not only the people who are using AI, what type of training they're going to need, and then we're going to develop the operation readiness for this training. So you're going to develop a 30, 60, and a 90-day program So by the time you have gone through all 3 courses, you will not be ready to implement AI with your business. I talked to a lot of customers that think that you can implement AI in a week, and that's not possible because you haven't identified all the guardrails. This AI executive training courses we have will allow you to do that. Okay, when you combine the 3 executive programs, what we did is we identified some of the challenges and the pain points that the clients are having. And you can see that on the left-hand side. And by the time the executives go through these 3 programs that we offer, the results on the right-hand side, you'll see that now they're ready to implement the program into their business. Any questions on these 2? Okay, once you have a knowledge of how AI is used, you've gone through some training, but what we've done now is we created a platform where you can start sharing that information to other customers, other employees. It's a program that you can share and gain recognition and rewards with that program. And this is what the program looks like. This is the BizDiversity platform. And BizDiversity platform is a AI-empowered platform that can be used to, again, communicate with multiple people. And this can be done in different languages as well. And when you go into the BizDiversity platform, on the left-hand side, you can see the benefits of this platform. It does rewards. You can actually communicate. You can actually share your training experience in this platform. And then on the right-hand side, there's 3 basic audiences you need to identify with if you want to talk to customers, employees, or your partners. This is a good tool to use. And it's a rewards program, so you'll see that on the next slide. And this is how the 2-way program works. Okay, I'm using a self-paced course as an example. So let's take you go through a self-paced course, and you want to share the information that you took in that self-paced course, and you want to share it with not only other employees, but other people, customers that you want to share it with. And you take that information and it goes into the BizDiversity platform. Now, number 1 doesn't have to be a training course. It can be a newsletter, it can be a white paper, it can be a LinkedIn post, it could be a Facebook or Instagram information that you want to share. And you can enter it in this platform, and it allows you to communicate with the other employees or other customers that you have. What BizDiversity does is it assigns a task with that participant, and now you're able to communicate. All right, we're back. Okay, you can communicate that yes. Once the BizDiversity platform assigns the task, you can now share that information with other generations. So for example, the younger generation is a little bit technical or more savvy in social media, so they can share that, what they've learned with the older generation who has the experience, or they have a business acumen, and when they share that information, you get a rewards, also to the rewards program, where you can actually get points and badges for communicating that knowledge. And then the knowledge is shared, and it just repeats itself. So this is a good tool if you want to share information with different generations. So, for example, a younger employee who want to share their technical skills or AI skills with the older generation, this is how they use contributes. And then on the right hand side, this is what BizDiversity will actually do. That's so that the younger generation. I'm sorry.
Can you give an example of what you just talked about?
Yeah, for example, let's say if I have an article that I read about what's going to happen in AI in the next 10 years, I can share that with the next generation. And I can actually put in the experiences and kind of technical training I've had and what it takes to actually grow the AI with my people that are communicating. Now, so if it's a younger generation, we're going to have all that technical savvy. We're going to have the social media skills. And they can share that information with the older generation, which has not only the business acumen, but they have the experience. They may not be as technical, they may not be as savvy as they are. And that's how they communicate. When you enter into this BizDiversity tool, it allows them to communicate better and learn from themselves. Does that answer your question?
Not really, that's okay.
Okay. Give me an example. Yeah, okay. Now, the other way around with the elders, you're sharing your experience and wisdom with the younger generation. And then on the left-hand side, it shows what the elders are going to contribute. That includes your storybook, your advice, and we share that with the younger generation.
Okay, so what use that as an example?
Okay.
What would it look like before AI, right? In terms of, how that would happen.
Right.
So what does it look like when you implement AI and improve that?
Before AI, what's going to happen is a younger generation who has skills in creating websites, creating social media content, that the older generation may not have. So they're going to have to share that either to other means of communication, email, one-on-one meetings. Those are things that they have to share individually. Okay, on the other end, the older generation has to communicate with them, and there is really no continuity. It's just like Facebook, where you're reading about somebody's experience, somebody's vacation, somebody's experience that they have. AI has done. We have a representative who's going to cover that a little more. And the president is going to modify that. This program that we have, this question, allows you to communicate and then share that with multiple companies. There are a lot of companies, especially here in the Seattle area, where we have a lot of different languages. So it's a lot easier to communicate with the BizDiversity side for the AI users. This is a two-way teaching model. So the youth shares their activities or their actions, shares it with the older generation, and then they engage and they start doing at the very end of the year. Okay, that was very short, but this is my business. And, is there any questions? Any questions? We're ready for
Right on. as people come in and out, I thank you again, for being our speaker today. This is